Nice quick fucking random one. So I did a bit of a slow count, that's why you guys had a bit of a fucking hectic float up. Yeah, good recovery there, Mr. Walker. We'll just watch the jump straight flat out first before I debrief. Yeah, toast. That was a fucking long jump. Alright. Sweet, so that exit didn't look too bad in the beginning there, but then see how you threw your arms back? So the act of throwing your arms back, it's like, think about when you're flaring a canopy and the tail comes down. If you do that, what's going to happen? It's going to do the same as flaring a canopy. The legs are going to come up. Yeah, it's going to flick you up. So as much as you can, just try to keep your arms without pushing and just going straight. If you do roll back, then the best recovery is what you all pretty much did. Just wait and then recover. But ideally, the best way you can try and exit is as much as you can set yourself up. See how everyone's crunched? So you're not really setting yourselves up for the best exit because already you're leaving in this position and now you need to try and get out and do the other one. So if you can, try and straighten up so your legs are literally this leg's straight and you're leaning back, and then it's like when you're in the tunnel and you're just fucking around with your foot in the door and you can feel the wind. So climb out, feel the wind, your legs straight, and then ready, set, and then you can kind of pop off in that stag position. So you're kind of more one leg up, one leg down, and that way your arms more just chilled, and then as you feel that same kind of timing, then you can straighten out, and that's how I generally find I get a much cleaner exit. Whereas if you hunch down, then you can see you have to go from this position to this position real quick. So it's a lot of movement, so just try to be in the position already. Yeah, you guys tumbled on the camera a bit as well, hey? Amy's exit didn't look too bad. How was yours, Amy? It was alright? Looked like you were straight in that position. We'll go back and see Tass from inside. Yeah, man, nice exit. Cool. Yeah, good at losing the arms and then coming in. Good approach. So now see how you started pushing on the wind? It's just getting used to pushing your arms this direction rather than down, because if it comes down, the wind comes up through your legs, hits that, and then causes that turbulence. So as much as you can, try to just keep your arms pushing up rather than pushing down and over to come across. That'll stop that little walky kind of thing. So you guys had a big float from down there. Looked like it come up pretty quick, but so it wasn't too bad. I saw he's down there, so I thought I'd steepen up a little bit to not affect him. But we should all probably point out what the fuck's going on there, cunt. Good recovery, but eh? So we'll see what caused that. Okay, might have got a bit of stopping. That's alright. So I find if I want to stop Paddy, sometimes it looked like you kind of did try to do it, but because you were leaning back a little bit too much when you go to widen your legs, it was a bit trickier. So as much as you can try to, it's like do that splits in the tunnel. When you're doing the splits like this, if you're just sitting there like that, and that'll slow you down up and down that level, but keeping the legs so they don't bend is tricky. If you're leaning back, that's when the legs are going to come up. But once you started getting on this, then you're fucking motoring. Nice work, Craig, as usual. Let's see how he came back. So you can see Craig's pretty much come from behind everyone. So a lot of what happens here is, see how he's coming up this direction? This one here, Craig. So he's coming up this direction. As he floats, then he starts accelerating, and then he'll carry all that power, and then he motors back. So essentially what he's done there is he's done like the classic at the bottom of the tunnel. You know, when you start coming up and then you straighten your legs before you get to the top, and that gives you that boost to come over. And as you come over, you kind of hold that, and instead of having to go to out face, you just ride this down, and he's more, instead of trying to come forward, he's more riding that and he's slipping downwards, and that's giving him all that drive to come forward. That's what's essentially happening with you. Yep. Good, I'm not talking out my ass.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just trying to get to level, and I feel like that's where the most power
Yep,
is.
and then he just drives forward now.
If I overfloat a bit, I can just use the vertical speed to get across.
Yep. So that's where trying to come from down low is really tricky. It's a lot harder. So being on that level, like all you guys are on level now, that's not a problem. So what I essentially do to come quicker from the position all you four are in is straightening the toes. So because if you try to arch or do something like that, it's going to slow you down more if you try to lean back. So by letting the leading edge slip out, it's going to feel like it's going to cork you at first, and then you can kind of just ride that cork. Whereas if you wear from Craig, he can kind of attack it coming on the way down, so he's not trying to peel up this way, he's just attacking it on this direction. So you can steer from many different angles of your body, the leading edge or the tail edge. Cool. So Maddie, you'd be able to straighten your arms and bring them together, kind of like that. That'd accelerate you in. Same with you, Amy. It looks like Huey, kind of your head maybe, but your head looks back there. Yeah, you're doing this with your head back rather than taking that tension off. Really feel the wind coming up under that helmet. Sweet. And I think yours would just probably be that exit, Craig, then.
Yep.
He's just trying to set really up so your foot's on there and then leaning back.
Me and Amy sort of figured out that we could fit both of us on there, so we just talked about the timing.
Yeah, cool.
Way better, so.
Sweet. Let's go for a burn again like that. We'll go from a straight exit off the door and just go for a cruise, and you can work out controls and just try to keep in a general lane and a slot. And then after that, we'll do some static exits to moving. Sick. Cool.